Okay, practice type 24 video. So in this one, welcome back. This is Mr. Imran Iqbal, one-to-one tutor, here with my lovely students. And we are about to make a video on practice type 24.3, where we are going to be forming equations and solving them as well. So we've got 3 questions here to sample with. I've cut the first question out, and we can have Omeza joining us on the first question. So Omeza, can you, you are unmuted, it's lovely. So let's look at the first question. Let me enlarge it for you a little bit. Nice and big. Okay. So let's go. Read the question. Read it for me, please.
If we halve it and add 6, the answer is 24.
Excellent. What is the it? It said if you halve it.
24.
What are they talking about when they say if you halve it?
X.
And yeah, that's lovely. The it is the x actually. They haven't mentioned x, but that's what they're referring to. That's what it means. Okay, lovely. Now, if we halve it, so the it is the x. So how do we halve an x? What do we do to it?
We divide by 2.
Fantastic. Lovely. And then how do we add 6?
We plus 6.
Fantastic. And how do we say, what does it mean by the answer is?
Equals 24.
Beautifully translated from English into mathematics. And that's looking lovely. So how do we solve that, Omeza?
First we start at the x.
First we start at the x. So whether it's the x, it could be an x, it could be a p, a t, whatever the tally is. Start looking at the x. Now the x here, and what's been done to the x now to tell me? So the next word is?
Identify steps or actions.
Beautiful. So go on then, you identify them for us, please.
So the first action is divide by 2.
The first action is divide by 2. Fantastic. I'll label it 1. Next.
And the second action is plus 6.
Beautiful. I'll label that 2. Fantastic. So you've identified the action. So how do we now, what's the next keyword?
We solve.
So when we solve, what we do, in which order do we move the stuff?
We do the add 6 first.
Why is that? Because what's our intention?
We reverse.
We solve in reverse order. As I said before, this is a special shop. In our shop, the last customer gets served first. So the first customer is divide by 2. The second customer is plus 6. And in our special shop, we don't deal with the first customer first. We deal with the
second.
That's lovely. So the second customer is going to be very happy. First customer will be a little bit upset, but that's just tough. Okie dokie, lovely. Go. So how do we now work out the value of x? Go for it.
We divide, no, not divide, minus 6.
Okay, why do we move the plus 6 first?
Because it's the last action.
Because we solve in reverse order. We start the last one. So opposite plus 6 is?
Minus 6.
So what's 24 minus 6?
Is it 18?
Beautiful. Next.
Then we divide by 2, which...
We copy down the divide by 2. What do we move next?
The divide by 2, which is times by 2.
Beautiful. And next?
Then we do 18 times by 2, which is 36.
Fantastic. Lovely. Write it down, work it out. Okay, next question. Thank you for that, Omeza. Musa, unmute yourself. Join me on the next question, please. Let's go. Let me copy. Let me cut it out. Give me a second while I cut it out for you. Copy. Okay. Lovely. Go.
If we add 7 and subtract 3, the answer is 18.
So if we add 7 now, in the previous one, they used the word it. Now they haven't even used the word it now. It just says if we add 7. What are they adding 7 to, Musa?
They're adding 7 to...
Onto what? What do we assume they're adding 7 onto?
X.
So we start with x. Even though they haven't mentioned the word it, or they haven't mentioned or hinted at it, it's implied. It's implied they're adding here. So x add 7. Okay, then?
then we subtract, and then we do minus 3.
And then the add, then the subtract 3 means?
Minus 3.
Then we minus the 3, and then what's it mean by the answer is?
It's 8. It equals 18.
Equals 18. Okay. Now, what do we do now?
We have to start at the x, and then we have to identify our steps.
Go on then. What is the first action?
The first action is plus 7.
Which is the second action?
Minus 3.
Which one do we move first?
Minus 3.
Opposite of minus 3 is?
Add 3.
18 add 3 is?
21. 21.
21. Okay, lovely. And then what do we do next?
Then we do add 7, but since
Yes.
it's in, and then we do minus 7.
So the answer is?
The answer is 14.
Fantastic. Done. Okay. So that's enough examples from me. Now you need to practice some of the questions. Let's get to the questions. Got some nice questions here. Okay, let's go. Oops. Okay. Okay, so we are currently over here. Okay, and I think I've done the first one or two. Okay, so I want everybody to have a go at the following questions, please. This one here. And that one. These questions are quite nice. Nice and easy peasy, I think. Hopefully. There's your 3 questions. Okay, I'm just going to pause the video now while you guys do the 3 questions. Okay, right. Let's have Umaiza, please join me on this question. Go.
If we add 5 to this number and then another 7, the answer is 24.
So this number, what do you call this number?
X.
I'll just put it over here. And then?
Add 5 is add 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then another 7 is add 7.
And then?
And then is equals, is equals, and 24 is 24.
Okay, lovely. So how do we work out the value of X now? What do we do?
We start at X.
Mm-hmm.
And then identify the steps.
Okay. Plus 5, plus 7, and then?
So we do the second step first. So minus 7. 24 minus 7 is 17. And
Okay,
then
good. And then?
We do the first step, which is plus 5. So we're going to minus 5, which is 12. So X equals 12.
Opposite add 5 is minus 5. So X is equal to?
12.
Okay, next question. Let's have Mr. Musa, please join us.
Okay. So for the second question, it is if we add 8.
What are they adding the 8 to?
X. We are adding the X to add 8 to X.
And then?
Then we subtract 3.
And then?
The answer will be, then it would equal 17.
Lovely. And then what do we do now?
Then we would start at X.
Yeah, and then the first action is?
The first action is plus 8.
Then?
Minus 3.
And then?
And then the opposite of minus 3 is add 3.
And then?
Then it would be 20. And then 20 equals plus 8. And the opposite of plus 8 is minus 8. And that would give you an answer of 12, of X equals 12.
Fantastic, lovely. Okay, let's have Safa, please join me in the last one.
So if we subtract 2.
What are we subtracting 2 from?
x.
From the x. Then
You add another 8.
are you adding it? Where
No,
does
minusing it.
then you're minusing another 8, and then
We get 31.
what does we get mean?
It equals to 31.
Fantastic, lovely. What do we do now?
You identify the x.
Start at x, identify the action. What's the first action?
-2.
Second action.
-8.
So which one did we move first?
Second.
So the opposite of -8 is?
Add 8.
So we have, what do we have now?
39.
And then what do we do next?
We do the first action, which is -2.
Which is?
41.
The opposite of -2 is?
Add 2.
And 39 add 2 is?
41.
Okay. That's the end of that video. Now in your homework, you're going to have this whole page. It's going to be in your homework. This bit, and this bit. Okay, so that's the end of our video for today. Help my students with the homework. Anybody else who might need help as well. So stop recording.